Good afternoon, sir. Kindly unmute your mic, sir. Sir, Dr. Balu, kindly unmute Mr. Chowdhury, sir. I'm doing it. 1 second.
Yeah, I was in your control, so I was not able to.
I was in a similar situation 2 minutes ago, sir. Dr. Balu, our faculty is controlling all of us, sir.
So Balu is the controller.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
currently for this meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Balu.
Thank you, sir.
Over to Dr. Punitavalli.
Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, please. Please go ahead.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. P. Kaliraj, distinguished Chief Guest, Mr. J.A. Chowdhury, IAS, Chairman of Indian Blockchain Standards Committee, respected Professor Dr. T. Devi, Head of the Department of Computer Applications, the industry partner, Mr. Dinesh Paranthagan, learned professors, technical and administrative team, and the participants of this 20 days webinar on cybersecurity. Good afternoon, you all. The digital age has brought a complete change in the way we view and experience the world. Due to the development of technology, this 20 days webinar on cybersecurity are able to get more than 1,500 participants within a day. The current technology, that is World Wide Web, brought the entire world into a smaller device. As every technology has benefits and pitfalls, here also, when connectivity increases, the risk of security also crops up exponentially. There was a time when the locks on doors and lockers was what counted as security. But now, the real threat is digital. Such security breach in the cyber world can have serious consequences in the day-to-day life of individuals, organizations, and even country as a whole. Hence, the Department of Computer Applications rightly proposed this 20 days webinar on cybersecurity to enlighten the knowledge on cybersecurity among students.
Small Chair and Professor Dr. M. Punitavalli, who is a symbol of hope and strength, to welcome this virtual gathering.
Greetings and good afternoon, you all. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to this wonderful forum for that is 20 days webinar on cybersecurity. In this digital era, the world becomes increasingly connected through a variety of networks. Every second, a massive amount of data is creating and disseminating between computers and other devices. It may be personal, confidential, and sensitive information. Hence, the protection and prevention actions against attacks are more important. I'm happy that the Department of Computer Applications always pioneer in introducing new technologies. We have brought MSc Cybersecurity in the last year, and also we have diploma program on cybersecurity and digital forensics and certificate course on cybersecurity. At this amazing occasion, I'm extremely happy in welcoming the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. P. Kaliraj, who always encourage and motivate us to conduct such programs. Welcome you, sir. I indeed happy in welcoming the chief guest for the inaugural session of the 20 days webinar on cybersecurity, Mr. J.A. Chowdhury, IAS, Chairman of Indian Blockchain Standards Committee, for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm happy to welcome our respected Professor Dr. T. Devi, Head of the Department of Computer Applications, for her continuous support and guidance. Welcome you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Punita.
It is my pleasure to welcome the industry partner, Mr. Dinesh Parandagan, CEO of Hackup Technology, who has rendered his valuable service to this webinar. Welcome, Mr. Dinesh. It
Thank
is
you,
my
ma'am.
pleasant duty to welcome my fellow colleagues for extending their timely support. I take this opportunity to welcome technical and administrative team, who is always backbone for all our events. I'm very much happy to welcome all the participants to this wonderful forum. Once again, I welcome one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your hearty welcome.
A leader raised for everybody, caring and wanting people to excel at what they are doing. Here we have such a person amidst us today, Mr. J.A. Chowdhury, IAS, Chairman of Indian Blockchain Standards Committee. Before I invite him to address the gathering, let me brief about this magnificent personality. Mr. Chowdhury served as the founding director of Software Technologies Park of India, STPI, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. He was one of the key architects for setting up the IT ecosystem in Hyderabad and Hyderabad. He was one of the founding members of Player, which was responsible in designing and manufacturing the core silicon chip for Apple's iPod, which got acquired by NVIDIA Graphics. He became the MD for NVIDIA India before starting his new tech startup Talent Sprint. Later, he was invited by the government of Andhra Pradesh to advise the government for promoting the IT industry in New Andhra Pradesh. He was responsible in setting up FinTech Valley, Vizag, and also setting up the primary Institute of Excellence in Digital Technologies, IIDT, at Tripoli. He is currently mentoring many startup companies in emerging technologies. He is the chairman for the India Blockchain Technology Standards Committee in coming with new standards for blockchain technologies under BIS or ISO. Now, it's my pleasure to invite him to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you. Thank you for a very gracious introduction. At the outset, I would like to thank Bharati University for giving me the opportunity to participate in this very important 20-day webinar conducted by Professor Devi, Punitwalli, and also Dr. Dinesh from a startup company out of Coimbatore. So, as you all aware today, as Dr. Punitwalli was just now mentioning, we are passing through a very complex and a very uncertain times. The times are very complex and very uncertain. In fact, the last decade was almost like that. In addition to that, this COVID has brought more complexities to whatever existing complexities were happening earlier. Earlier itself, the technology cycles were getting shortened, disruptions were happening, companies were getting disrupted, technologies were getting disrupted, product companies were getting, all that was happening. But suddenly this COVID has brought a new push for the disruptions to take it to the new heights. Suddenly the whole world has become one virtual world. The complexities, nobody knows what's all happening. It's very, very confusing and very complex. So in this scenario, unfortunately, the hackers are, it's a golden time for cybersecurity hackers. When they saw that the whole world is going for a digital push, an online push, whether it's education in schools in rural area or urban areas or any cities, they all are online. Similarly, even the hospitals are providing online health services. Government, of course, they're giving the online services and all that. So everything is going online, everything is going digital. So and also most of the corporations, earlier, majority of the corporations were not that much interested in adopting cloud. Suddenly, they saw that without cloud, they can't even survive in this dynamically changing world. So they have to adopt the cloud technology. So cloud has become new normal for many corporations. So with that, what is happening? Corporations have become borderless corporations. There's no border. There's no physical border. Anybody from anywhere, for example, I'm now talking to all of you from my native village called Battalapalli. It's a small village in Anantapur district. You know how many IT workers, IT employees, nearly about 100 IT employees from Bangalore, from Chennai, Mumbai, Hyderabad, they're all happily working in this small village because infrastructure is there. They got their devices. So that's how the transformation, everybody is, operating from their wherever they are. And suddenly this is opening a lot of security breaches. So that's where the cyber hackers are taking the fullest advantage to see how they can get the maximum out of the current situation. In fact, this 2021, the number of data breaches, the number of cybersecurity attacks, the last 6 months itself, if you take the Facebook data breach, more than 300 million people got impacted by that. If you take the McDonald's data breach, again, a lot of millions of people data has been stolen. Similarly, there are a lot of chain of hospital network in San Diego. Their hospital network was hacked and all the patients' data was compromised. And so many issues the hospitals are facing, the governments are facing, corporates are facing, everybody is facing. And ransomware, particularly in countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, where the population density is very high, unemployment rate of educated youth is also on the rise. The some of the dark web people, they're able to appoint distributors, agents for the ransomware attack this thing. So they say, okay, you're appointed for this district, you are the distributor for the ransomware attack. So your job is collect the emails, collect high net worth individuals data, pass it on to us. Then somebody from some country, they will try to hack these people. And a lot of people, even in the villages, farmers are losing their money from their banks. Thanks to our Jan Dhan program, though Jan Dhan program was intended to increase the digital literacy and also make it more governance point of view, more digital transactions. But unfortunately, what is happening is the villages, they got the smart mobile phones, they got they never operated earlier bank account. They have bank accounts, they have mobile accounts, and suddenly one day when they go to the banks, then there's no money in the bank, neither in savings account or current account or whatever the accounts, because they don't know how to really take care of even the IT professionals are getting hacked. Even the people who are in the technology industry, their systems are getting hacked, and they're also losing a lot of money. Corporations, big multi-billion-dollar corporations are getting hacked. So they leave about the innocent farmers who are living in the rural sector. So the whole situation is very, very complex, at the same time very conducive for the cyber hacking industry and the cyber hackers. So this is, we cannot actually keep quiet and let the cyber hacking happens. And in fact, recently, the Fortune 500 companies, they're all from different sector, manufacturing sector, pharma sector, life sciences, this thing. All of them, they use the digital technologies in a big way. There's so much of digital push in all this. Otherwise, they can't survive. Whether you are X vertical, Y vertical, doesn't matter. Even agriculture, there's a lot of digital technologies are getting into. Recently, I was talking to one big company, pharma company CEO. I don't want to name the company's name. They are number one in bulk drugs in the entire world. When I was talking to him, I asked him, have you got any cybersecurity tools and all that to take care of your? No, there's no need because we don't have any computers. At best, I have 2-3 computers in accounts and administration people. They do the whatever the accounts maintenance and all that. Then I asked him, you have so much of the furnaces which are operated by the programmable logic, the PLCs, programmable logic controllers. Yes, yes, yes. We have the PLCs. In fact, I see the status from my home. I do not have to go to the factory because of the COVID. Sometimes I don't because I'm 60 plus years old. I don't go to the factory, but but I need to monitor. So I have a CCTV cameras, and also I can monitor the logging into the PLCs. What is the temperature of the oven? Whether they have put the right temperature, the process temperatures are all. Then I asked him. See, when you are able to see and watch through your smart mobile and what's happening on your PLCs, that is the connection which the cyber hackers use, and they will control the temperature instead of X temperature for the process. They will increase X plus 20%, X plus or 100%. Then all your products are gone. Oh, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So, a lot of people, even the industries also. In fact, I was talking to Devi Madam last time when we introduced MSc cybersecurity. There are a lot of MSME companies, particularly around Coimbatore. They are into textiles, they are into automobile manufacturing, and same situation for them. They are all into some digital technologies they must be using, and anybody can hack into them and create havoc. Before that happens, we need to serve them. We need to see how they can be protected and all that. It's a massive work. It's just not just one university like the Bharati University or one government. This thing. Everybody has to come together as a team and see, okay, how we can really take care. Recently, some cybersecurity phenomena happened in my village when this gentleman, farmer, went to the nearby police station. He said, "No, we don't know how to register this case because I cannot understand this." And in fact, I was jokingly he was telling, when we are not able to catch the thieves within the country, how do you think that I can catch the thieves outside the country? See, look at the kind of situation, because all the hackers are not in the country, not necessarily from the country. They may be XYZ countries. So the situation is becoming that complex. So as Professor Punitoli was mentioning, if you leave all our homes locked and give the key to some thieves and robbers, what will happen? They will loot all of us. That's what is happening, not only in our country, in every country for that matter. So that's the reason why this Fortune 500 companies, they have taken a decision to double the IT investments, IT budgets this year. And majority of the IT budgets which are increased are going to equip new cybersecurity tools, new cybersecurity ecosystems, and all that sort of thing. See why they have taken that decision, because normally there's a huge budget. As it is, IT budgets are very huge, and they've taken a decision to double it, because whatever recently survey, when the survey was conducted by a credible agency, when they went around all the different people who are impacted by the cybersecurity hacking and data breach happening in those companies, when they interacted with them, they asked them, it seems, okay, what cyber tools you have, what perimeter security or XYZ tools we must be using, but still why you are, no, sir, these tools are not really effective. These cyber hackers are using the artificial intelligence and machine learning, and these, whatever the our endpoint security or perimeter security or cloud security, whatever we are using, all those things are totally useless today. And now we have to go for massive upgradation of these tools. And now what is required is, I mean, when cyber hackers are becoming more intelligent and using the AI tools, robotics tools, we have to be at least +1. Otherwise, we can't really stop them. They can always come into our system. So that's where the recently a company, it's called Centillion One, got listed in New York Stock Exchange. A startup got listed, and it's a $10 billion market cap, the highest market cap for a cybersecurity product company from the New York Stock Exchange. So what do? They provide the solutions, real-time solutions, using the AI and ML, this thing, to see based on the data patterns and all that, this thing, somebody is trying to get into your system, and you have to how to block them and all that this thing. So they use the ANML. Because of that, it was oversubscribed by many times, and they're a multi-billion-dollar company. It was a startup company earlier. Now, because they use ANML in the cybersecurity tools, so people have to upgrade. But that is not alone. When you upgrade to some latest tools, cyber hackers also will upgrade their hacking method. So the 6 months down the line, this may not work. Something else. So continuous innovation is required. Continuous upgradation of technology. Continuous training of the people is required. So this industry, like for example, you train say 1 lakh Java programmers or DB2 programmers and all that. That technology will not change. Whereas here, you teach them XYZ cybersecurity technology now, 6 months down the line, it may be totally irrelevant because these tools and methodologies, how they are hacking, is totally different 6 months from now. So that's where there has to be continuous upgradation of these tools, knowledge, what's happening in the dark web, what is happening, and how do we really counter. So all these things are required, and massive awareness program, massive conferences. I really appreciate Bharati University. When I interacted with Professor Devi, and immediately she took me to their Honorable Vice Chancellor. Honorable Vice Chancellor immediately took my session. I told him that this is one area you can create any number of jobs. Everybody will get jobs because there's so much of demand, so much of shortage. And I told him that time itself. It's happened, Professor Devi, maybe about 1.5 years back. I really don't know when I was there in Coimbatore before COVID, no doubt. So that time when I gave
March
the suggestion,
2019, sir.
March 2019.
Yes.
So immediately, Professor Devi and Honorable Vice Chancellor and Punit Valli, they came together and created this new program called MSc Cybersecurity, completely run by the industry. Whatever problems right now, I'm telling, bookish knowledge, whatever we have, that may not be sufficient because things are changing. Cyber hackers are becoming more intelligent every now and then. So that's where you need the industry, particularly industry, not a conventional cybersecurity services industry. You need a R&D company who are continuously upgrading their products and services, this thing, so that they can provide the new tools, new ecosystem, new training program for our the cybersecurity professionals, because that has to be upgraded. That's the reason why I suggested to them to go with industry support. They really, broken all the rules of the university, got all necessary approvals. They announced this program. I believe the students are doing very well. Now the time is there for them to get into the internship with the industry. So I was having a talk in the morning with Professor Devi that we need to restart the conference calls with the global leaders. In fact, I just now mentioned this new company which got listed in the New York Stock Exchange, Centillion One. The Asia Pac MD for that is a close friend of mine. He's already in our core group. When we started the MSc cybersecurity program, I actually brought all the top cybersecurity companies part of the. They are all willing to help this Bharati University in providing the jobs and also taking some electives. And somebody wants to also become adjunct faculty to train this thing. They are all willing because they want to give back. See, most of the people, sensible people today, thanks to COVID again, whether you are an IAS officer, whether you are a billionaire, whether you are a politician, doesn't matter for corona. Once you are infected by corona, when you are in ICU, this thing you have to, it doesn't distinguish, oh, you are a chief minister or chief minister's son or prime minister's relative and all that, nothing. So people have realized that anything can happen tomorrow, anything can happen. So they're all now willing to give back to the society. They want to, particularly this one, the area where they're loving, the corporates are also willing as part of the CSR program. All of them are ready, but are the universities are ready to take that advantage? Fortunately, we have a very progressive university. I'm seeing, I interacted with many government universities. N number of times I visited, I gave a lot of suggestions, nothing happened. I got so frustrated, but it was really, I mean, awakening for me when I saw the dynamism in Bharati University, right from vice chancellor to entire the faculty, deans, and professors, and all that this thing. So I'm sure that you can become a role model. So what my suggestion to Professor Punit Valli and also to Professor Devi, see, when I gave this example also earlier also to some of you, when we requested Professor Sri K. Prahlad to find out what is the successful formula, recipe for success. He did a lot of research. Of course, today is no more. And he said there is one three-step formula for success. What is the first step? Focus. Second step, focus. Third step, focus. He finished his keynote with that focus, focus, focus. The same request I want to give it to Bharati University, particularly Professor Devi and other faculty members who are all attending this conference. There's no point in doing too many things. Too many things, okay, some people will be doing, but core team, you select. I know that you are good in AI, ML, and also in cyber security. Maybe you pick up two areas and go all out. Bring the startup companies, bring the R&D associations with top-notch companies, because they also need university association, and really encourage our see all our kids. I got a fund. We are investing a lot of startups. Every week I found at least 100 startup companies come and pitch us. All of them are good. Of course, we can't give money to all 100 companies. We select only one or two every week. But what I'm telling you is the startup wave is really taken off in India. There are a lot of people with creative, innovative ideas. They're coming forward. I'm sure if Bharati University can take that interest in creating an incubator for cyber security, maybe artificial intelligence and ML, these two areas, this thing, allow the startups to come there and create the products. Particularly, madam, security cannot be compromised. Security, we cannot give the keys to some foreign company. Okay, we'll use your tool. Our security products have to be written by our own companies, Indian companies, because foreign companies, we don't know whether they've kept some hidden code there in the hardware or software, through which now whatever you have seen in the parliament discussion is going on, that particular tool, a lot of phones are getting hacked and all that. This is only beginning. Everything, I mean, when you use any foreign tool, we don't know, we don't have control. What is there written in that? You don't have any control on that. I mean, so it is high time for the universities like Bharati University to provide that ecosystem where the startup companies come and take advantage of the ecosystem, start developing the products. Like, for example, the CSCC Labs, the founder before CSCC Labs, I mean, he was the one who founded Cognor. Cognor was the first cybersecurity product company in the country, and the majority of the code, he himself and his brother, they have written the code. Their 90% of the code was written, and unfortunately, because that was his first company, he has to sell that to another American company. I don't know what they are doing with that our Indian product company. But this time, I told Chandra, don't sell your new products now. They're developing 2-3 products, cybersecurity products. Don't sell it to again another foreign company, because the security cannot be compromised. This has to be used by the government, by the individuals, this thing, so that there is authenticity, that it has been developed in India by Indian startups. So that's where, I mean, I request the entire the faculty and Honorable Vice Chancellor to create a vibrant, innovative ecosystem, allowing the product companies, startup companies to come to Coimbatore, and you have a lot of advantage, because around Coimbatore, a lot of companies wants to have the cybersecurity solutions, this thing. So they can also be the adjunct faculty. Once you have a number of startup companies in the Center for Excellence, COE, in your university, they can teach. They can also take classes to the faculty and also to the students. So that kind of a synergetic this thing. You can't keep on depending on some XYZ company in Bangalore once in a while coming and this thing. Once you have, say 10, 15 companies, startup companies, cybersecurity within your incubator in Bharati University, then those 10, 15 companies, they'll say, okay, I'll send my CTO to become adjunct faculty and who can go and interact and give the projects and case studies and all that. So you need to think out of the box. Innovation is the key thing. If universities, if you can't innovate, if you go with a conventional thing, they'll die. If companies do, they don't do innovation, do the conventional thing, even say cybersecurity, the same thing happening. All the conventional systems, conventional tools are no more valid today. We need new tools because cyber hackers are becoming more and more intelligent. So it's a great opportunity for Bharati University. I think we need to have more such conferences, webinars, online webinars, and Professor Devi Madam, we need to revisit our international conference which we planned in Ooty. I
Sure,
think we should bring the who's and who's from across the globe because of the we can do it in a manner, in a fusion manner, Professor Devi. It can be online and offline. Offline,
sir.
people who can attend come with families, and some people who are not able to travel still, I mean, we can invite them. This thing, we can have that kind of a online, offline, the number
Hybrid
one
model.
hybrid model. So that I think it should become annual cybersecurity big conference happening in Ooty every year. So that will bring a lot of other companies, even Tamil Nadu government also will see a lot of companies are coming to Tamil Nadu because of the ecosystem that Bharati University are taking the interest. So with this, I once again thank the opportunity given to me to interact with you, with your faculty, and all the delegates who are attending this program. I really want to thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Devi Punitwalli, but really, I mean, I never thought that a government institution like Bharati University can step up beyond the expectations of the industry. And if you continue the same attitude, I will bring who's and who's in the cybersecurity or artificial intelligence, and ultimately we will benefit the students who are going through Bharati University. I once again thank and I wish the conference a grand success.
Thank you, sir.
On behalf of Department of Computer Application, we wholeheartedly thank your good self, sir. You have enlightened us with the world of cybersecurity knowledge, and it is with your golden words we initiated under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, MSc Cybersecurity program. Last year, we received a very handful of applications initially, and then within a month, 38 students could join. But this year, we are seeing an overwhelming number of applications, nearly 5 times the sanction strength of 40. And
congratulations.
and thank you, sir. And it is all because of your leadership and advice, timely advice. And our Vice Chancellor is always pushing us. Okay, go. As you said, focus is the mantra, sir. He identifies the gap, and with blessings like great people like your good self, we are sailing, sir. And as you said, technology incubators are very, very essential. We already have Technology Incubation Center, and in our website, we have invited applications also. We will send a copy to the cybersecurity startups all over so that they can extend their center over here, sir. And today you have given us a keyword, Center of Excellence in Cybersecurity. 1 year down the line, surely we will be shining, sir, by celebrating the success of Center of Excellence with the help from people like your good self and our Honorable Vice Chancellor and industrial experts like Mr. Dinesh and Mr. Chandrasekhar Reddy.
I can bring real experts for the COE in cybersecurity, the top-notch companies, the global brands. I mean, because they want to give away to the university. It's the right time, Professor Devi. I think it is the time we should iron is hot. We have hit it now.
Sure, sir. We will initiate. And with the leadership of our Vice Chancellor, we are coming out with a book on securing IoT with blockchain technology. That will be released in the month of January
Very good.
2022, sir. And CSCC Lab is
Fantastic.
extending enormous support by providing the resource persons. And we have boldly started, as Dr. Punitavalli said, a certificate program in cybersecurity and a diploma program in cybersecurity and digital forensics, where the entry level is only +2. Because cybersecurity
Very
should
good.
not be restrained only to college students. It should be across schools also. And it should reach
Let
all.
me tell you, Professor Davis, since you brought that aspect, my grandson, first grandson, who is just 8 years old, today he's writing using the Python language. He's already created 2 video games, and
Okay.
he's building a robo, a physical
Oh, God.
robo with a Raspberry Pi with
Okay.
motion sensors and IoT. And he gave a presentation on a use of IoT to SK University Engineering College students. A 8
Oh,
years old
great.
boy, he
Okay.
prepared the IoT presentation and gave a presentation to the engineering college students of SK University. You see, today there's a big delinking of certificates, degrees to knowledge. If
Oh.
they're knowledgeable, knowledge, I mean, they can acquire the knowledge. Google is the university. I can learn anything in the cybersecurity using Google. So you have to create enabling atmosphere. That's where I'm still insisting that you should go for creating the incubator, center for excellence, and create that ecosystem. Ecosystem will take care of itself, not just by say a typical way of how we used to give the degrees and certificates and all that. We have to, I mean, move away from that. Like I mentioned in the morning also, the one of the experiments that university in California, they really did wonderfully well, and they're going to get more and more global students. Minerva schools. That is the model for
Minerva University, sir. Minerva University.
Yeah, Minerva schools. Now all the students of that program, they're all getting into Stanford and all Ivy League schools in US. The model is totally online, and they said the campus is the city. Take the weekends to the campus. That's where they get all the experiments and all that. And students are drawn from different faculty. One art student, math students, chemistry students, physics students, and because the domain knowledge is domain knowledge has to be from unless you want to create a nice product, you cannot think of only I'm good only in mathematics. I can no, that situation is you need I mean expertise from all angles. So you have to create that kind of a infrastructure.
You mentioned very clearly cross-fertilization.
Yes.
Among the teams of arts, maths, and science should get
absolutely
involved.
And you are very well positioned, Professor Devi, at Bharati University. You have all those things. Thankfully, you are not gone for a regular mundane BTech program. That's a good thing that your university has done. And degree and MSc and research programs, I think that's where you concentrate, and diploma programs.
Thank you so much, sir. And our Honorable Vice Chancellor will join in 5 to 7 minutes, sir. So please be present here, sir, for the next 5 to 7 minutes. He will be joining, sir.
Sure.
Now, thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
More than happy to.
Thank you, sir. Within a short notice of time, you have accepted, sir. We bow our heads for your goodness. Thank you, sir.
That will happen to only Bharati University.
Thank you, sir. Over to Dr. Punitavalli.
Thank you so much, sir, for your concerned suggestions and valuable ideas. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Chase the vision, not the money, by Tony, CEO of Suppose. Yes, it's time to invite young and energetic entrepreneur, Mr. Dinesh Parantagan, founder and CEO of Hackup Technology, to offer the introductory of the webinar. Over to you, Dinesh.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. P. Kaliraj, Chief Guest, Mr. J. A. Chaudhary, IAS, Chairman of Indian Blockchain Standard Community, and respected Professor Dr. T. Devi Ma'am, Head of the Department, Computer Application, the Organizing Secretary, Dr. M. Punithavalli ma'am, and participants. Good afternoon, you all. It's my pleasure to be an industry partner for this 20 days webinar on cybersecurity. The Hackup technology offers best solution for security related issues. We are also extending our service to our police officials. Here, the proposed webinar is to educate the participants to defend cybercrime like website crime and mobile crime, network crime, and malware to gain knowledge on cyber law like cyber cryptocurrency, and then cyber forensic and cyber crime investigation. The experts are from reputed organizations and academics and industries. The specialty of this webinar is getting an input from police officials. They are going to give a live demo on cybercrime and cybercrime investigation. Really, it's going to have a eye-opening session for you all students. And before I conclude, I extend my heartily thanks to Vice Chancellor and Head of the Department and the Organizing Secretary to provide this wonderful opportunity. So once again, I thank you all.
Thanks, Mr. Dinesh. Ma'am, shall we wait for some time, ma'am? Participants, please hold on. Vice Chancellor is going to join in. Let's wait for some time.
Hello? Hello? Punika?
Ma'am, shall we wait, ma'am? For
Yeah,
for the
sir is
response?
joining. Dr. Balu, kindly allow VC office link. VC sir is joining. Join பண்றாங்கம்மா. பாலு join பண்ணிட்டாங்களா? Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Very
Chaudhary
nice
sir
to
is
see
here.
you. And
Good seeing you, sir.
we were planning for the Ooty conference. When we are having?
Yes, sir. It's still on. Now, thanks to COVID, it pushed our plans by 2 years. So now we had a long chat this morning with Professor Devi. We will have it in the month of December because Christmas holidays. Lot of MNC companies they will be on vacation. They will be able to come and participate. We should as you suggested at that time, we should invite them as a package deal. They can come with the families, stay in Ooty, and participate in the conference, and that becomes a global, the annual conference, which should happen every year at Ooty. And I also gave one suggestion to Professor Devi to set up a Center for Excellence in Cybersecurity. Today, cybersecurity, a lot of the transformation is happening in terms of the technology. All the cyber hackers are using artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we should create a cybersecurity and AI and ML because they are going together. It's just not conventional cybersecurity is not useful at all unless you add the intelligence element to the cybersecurity. Then only you can stop all the cyber hackers hacking into our machines. So it's absolutely required to combine these two things and create a new center for excellence with the support of the industry. I can bring all the global industry partners, both in cybersecurity as well as AI and ML, and with them, and maybe you can get a Niti Aayog support and other this thing. Create a world India's best center for excellence in cybersecurity and AI and ML. That fusion, don't do it differently. Create a fusion because these two are getting fused now. So that is a unique thing. I don't think anywhere in the world the cybersecurity and ML COE is together in one COE. So that's the advantage for us, and we can create something innovatively in a global scale.
It's an excellent initiative, sir. And whatever the initiative you have done in 2019, we implemented it in 2020, Embassy Cyber Security.
Yes, sir.
The people are not knowing
Yes,
much about cyber security. We got very less number of applications. And this year we got the maximum number of applications for Embassy Cyber Security. Thank you for your, visionary. And
no, sir,
we will definitely have our Center of Excellence, combining all the global experts.
Thank you, sir. And we will have one web, maybe Zoom call with some of this global cybersecurity company heads in India with you. Maybe on a weekend, I will coordinate with Professor Devi. Let's have one Zoom call, then where we will envision what's our plans in setting up a COE and also a global conference in December. These two things we'll discuss with them and take the sessions accordingly. We will go and implement that plan.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you.
You're always action-oriented, Vice Chancellor. So that's why I want to bring this new programs only with you, because I know that the other colleges, universities, they listen from 1 year and leave it from other year. I don't want to waste my quality time with them, because time is particularly for every individual, time is essential. We have to have some time for the kids, some time for our company, some time for whatever this thing. So I don't want to waste that time. So I want to only work with Bharati University because you are very proactive. You are proactive plus, you and your team. That's the reason why I'm banking on you that you can create wonders. And this is the need of the hour. But the country needs more product designed by our Indians. This security, you can't take Israeli product or Chinese product and put it in our hardware or software and think that, oh, we are secure. We don't know what is the hidden code there, what kind of sensitive data is going, this thing. So products have to be designed by Indians, by Indian startups. Then only we are more certain, yes, my organization is secure, I am secure, government is secure. So you have to take the lead role, sir.
Definitely, sir. You plan the strategies, I will implement it.
Thanks a lot. In fact, IIT Bhilai, Professor Rajat Mona, is also like you. He's a dean IIT Bhilai. He's also very proactive. I'll connect him because they are also setting up a COE in IIT Bhilai. Together, two institutions together, you bring this thing. Then I think it will be a win-win thing for both universities.
So the Center of Excellence need not have to be by one institute. You can go for the multi-institutional aspect. Then only it is a really Center of Excellence. I established one in Anna University, establishing about, partnering about 5 institutions.
Very good, very good. So that's where we get this collaboration, sir. Even IIT Madras also, they got a fantastic team in cybersecurity area. Since I come from IIT Madras, I am alumni. This thing, so we can involve as IIT BHU. We'll bring those institutions, sir. Let's make it happen.
Sure.
Sir, at this juncture,
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I would like to extend my thanks
You
to
are
our
looking more
Honorable Vice
energetic.
Chancellor. Look more energetic. Who is very busy in spite of his previous panel discussion with the Telangana state. He could spare his precious time to have few words. And sir, nearly 348 participants are attending this program, sir. This is a 20 days webinar on cyber security, sir. Police officials are very much interested. Thank you for your blessings, sir. Thank you, VC, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Wish all the best, sir. See you soon in person post October. Hopefully things will be better.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
Dr. Pudipalli. Bye.
He leads from back and make others believe that they are in front. I'm honored in inviting our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. P. Kaliraj, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Thank you very much. I think you might have listened to the, experts' view about the various aspects about the cybersecurity and various others associated with that. I'm thankful to the Center for, I'm just always talking about Center of Excellence, Computer Application Department. One thing I know, I have observed, it is a teamwork. Unless you have the teamwork, it is just not possible to do anything. I have been coming up in my life only by teamwork. I joined as a research scientist at my age of 28 in a company. I was made as a research director at my age of 29. Within 1 year, I was refusing. I told I am too young. They told, we are confident about that. So I had to link so many other academic institutions with the industries. We were able to do well. Then when I was in Anna University, we made several. The collaboration is among ourselves, also with other academic institutions, both with inside the country and outside the country. And you are having good number of faculty members and also well-talented guest faculty. Some of the guest faculty, we are just putting them to our ERP system. And the contribution, it is not only from the faculty. Whatever the work you do for Dr. Devi, I always give you a large, a good quantum of work to have. Most of the time I used to feel how it is possible, but she is completing not because of a single person's work. She is allocating the work to different people. At the end of the thing, she always tells to me, whether she is telling to you or not, she always tells that who are the people executed the work, which is very, very important for the leader. And the participants from Bharatiya University and other academic institutions, we are going towards the digital transformation, and there are various courses which is related to that. The type of job that we are having it now, existing now, it's not going to be there after 3 years. And even last year, we didn't have any response for MS cyber security. We have 4 times or 5 times application for that. Next year, it will be very difficult for us to give the admission to them because a large number of applications will come. So not only selling the course or something like that, there is a tremendous need for the cyber security. And even we are just learning what kind of things, what kind of hacking will be there and how to solve the problem. And we all have to work together. And most of the time, even we have to listen to our students, and the students have to help because the young mind, and they will be able to contribute much better than any one of us. So I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time and motivating us with your valuable address. Thank you, sir.
Gratitude translates vision into reality. I invite Dr. V. Bhuvneshwari Ma'am, Associate Professor, the Department of Computer Applications, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So warm good evening and greetings to all. I deem it's to my great pleasure in proposing vote of thanks for the webinar, which has been organized on cybersecurity for 20 days. At the outset, I would like to thank and record my profound gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. P. Kaliraj, sir, who has been always giving a lot of support for organizing any kind of event, like a seminar, conferences, or webinar. And he always motivate us and put over the long step towards next vision that has to be implemented. And I would like to express my sincere thanks for joining with us in your busy schedule, sir. Thank you for being with us and for your valuable speech that you have given over the session, sir. Thank you, sir. And at the outset, I also record my sincere gratitude to our chief guest of the day, Mr. P. Chowdhury, sir, IAS, the chairman of Blockchain Committee. And sir, he's been collaborated with us for the past 2 years, and he has pushed us with this lot of suggestions and guidance. So where we have started with our cybersecurity program, where we've listened to him, and I would like to thank him for his valuable insights that he has shared with his experience and related to the cyber world. And we would implement all these suggestions and with your guidance, and that will benefit both the students as well as the society, sir. Thank you for joining us in this webinar by sparing your valuable time and gracing this occasion, sir. Thank you, sir. And finally, I would like to thank our beloved head of the department, Professor Dr. T. Devi ma'am, who is always behind us for taking up the department in reaching greater heights. And madam motivate us and provide us with all freedom and with all support for organizing any kind of event. Thank you, madam, for being with us, joining with us again with your tight schedule and gracing the occasion and helping us. Thank you, ma'am. And I would like to thank our guest, Dinesh Parantangan, our industry partner, who is joined with us for organizing and presenting sessions related to cybersecurity in this webinar session. And I would like to really thank Dinesh Parantangan, sir, for providing your hands and collaborations and support. Where is support without an industry organizing a webinar, it will be meaningless. Thank you for joining us and thank you for the help, sir. Thank you. And I would like to thank the organizing secretary, Dr. Punita Valli, Professor, Department of Computer Application, for making all arrangements and things in organizing this webinar for 20 days. It's a really great work, madam. It's really a need of our, and thank you, madam, for organizing such a webinar, which is again going to be an additional feather in cap of Department of Computer Applications related to cybersecurity. I would like to thank all the participants. So because without the participants, organizing a webinar or a conference will be meaningless. I would like to thank all the participants who have joined to listen to the recent trend of cybersecurity, so which will motivate us and help you for a lot of programs. And I thank all the participants for being with us. And I would like to thank all our technical members, our ATOs, and our guest faculties and other faculties of the Department of Computer Applications and other faculties of our university and other universities who have joined with us for this particular webinar inauguration. Thank you all. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Bhuvneshwari. Thank you so much. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Chowdhury, sir.
Participants, let us wait for 5 minutes to start the technical session. Dear participants, there are some instructions to you. As mentioned in the title, it is a 20 days webinar. The timing of the session is every day 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. except Sunday. Each and every day, different topics will be discussed under cybersecurity. The scheduled topics are introduction to cyber crimes, social media crime, mobile crime, bank and financial crime, email crime, robotic security, IoT security, dark web and deep web, malware analysis, web pen testing, bug bounty, cryptocurrency, and digital forensics, the investigation process, cyber law, and IPR issues in cybersecurity. Every day, you are supposed to fill up the feedback form where you can also raise your queries and the answers will be discussed in the session. I'm expecting real participation, not mere attendance. Let me introduce the resource person of this session, Mr. K.C. Nandakumar, sir. The resource person of this session is Mr. K.C. Nandakumar, retired Assistant Commissioner of Police. Currently, he is Secretary for Voice of Voiceless Association, which is an association for retired police officials. Through this association, they conduct training programs, seminars, and workshops for police officials, and they will share their experience. Mr. K.C. Nandakumar is postgraduate in political science, and he has joined as Sub-Inspector of Police during 1976 and promoted to Inspector of Police and then Deputy Superintendent of Police. He has also served for vigilance. He has rendered his service to Coimbatore, Salem, and Erode. It is our pleasure to have him as the resource person of today's session. He is going to talk about policing, different types of crimes, and then into cybercrime. Sir, I'm happy to welcome you for this wonderful session. Now it is handed over to Mr. K.C. Nandakumar. Sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, sir.
As briefed, I am a retired police officer, served in the police department for 33 years in different ranks, in different capacities. I really take this a great honor, a special privilege offered to me to meet this gorgeous gathering in a fantastic forum like this. At the outset, I sincerely express my thanks to the Department of Computer Applications, especially Dr. Punithavali Madam and Mr. Dinesh, who actually introduced me to this seminar. The founder and CEO of Ethical Hacking Private Limited, Coimbatore. Ladies and gentlemen, I came to understand that most of the participants in this webinar are from students community. I am very happy to see the fresh faces, bright faces, and really am fortunate to address them. I have a special message to the students. Let me start and let me commence with this special note of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda says, if you have a lifetime mission to accomplish, first, you develop faith in it. You develop belief in it, because your belief leads your thoughts. Your thoughts designs your action. Your action forms your habit. Your habit shapes your character. And that is, this character decides your destiny. So my request to the student community, be cautious in shaping your character. That is going to be the destiny for the rest of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chaudhary, IAS officer, in his inaugural address was telling the current status of policing with regard to these cyber crimes. He was telling that A villager approached a local police station in his district, in his village. The police officer present in the police station was sarcastically commenting that how can go to arrest the accused who is living somewhere in the globe. I am not able to even arrest the local man. That is the real state of affairs as far as cyber crime is concerned in police administration. I request the audience to think for a moment a day without police. Sylvester Stallone, the Hollywood star, he used to address the gathering. We are always criticizing police. But think of a day. Think of the society without police for even 1 hour. You must be remembering Alfred Hitchcock, the legendary Hollywood director. He used to say, no, I don't hate them. I don't hate police, but I am afraid of them, he used to say. So we always remain a controversial subject in the society. Ladies and gentlemen, the police adopt a principle. Every policeman believes in a principle. That is called Locke's principle of exchange. We strongly believe in this principle. We believe any criminal, after the commission of the offense, he will not leave the scene of crime. Definitely he will leave his visiting card. That is our first clue and our first lead. Don't think that our job is very easy. We have our customers, unlike other departments, are totally different. We meet interesting character. Ladies and gentlemen, while I was on duty, I was conducting a vehicle check on an RTL road of major city. I noticed a lady driving a car in overspeed. I stopped the car. I gave her a notice. The lady, without realizing her mistake, she was interested in insulting me. She asked me a question very casually. What should I do with this notice, officer? I have already 2-3 notices. I said very politely, ma'am, you collect such 5 notices. You please come to our office. I'll give you a brand new bicycle, but of course I will seize your car. The lady silently left the place. I was on a VIP duty on a highway. I was on a patrol duty. I noticed a car. That car was driven in a very safe condition. No violation of rules and regulations of traffic rules, no rashness, no negligence. So I thought I should stop the car, talk to the driver and appreciate him. I stopped the car, peeped inside. I noticed 4 occupants, including the driver, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. After seeing me in uniform, the man sitting next to the driver was cautioning the driver in a murmuring voice. He said, don't disclose that you don't possess a valid driving license. Next to that, the next man sitting at the back side, he was cautioning the other occupants, please don't open your mouth. This man will find out that we are all drunk. The third man, he said, I told you to wash the blood stains in the blood bumper in the car. Our driver hit a pedestrian 10-15 minutes ago. Now this policeman will find out and he is going to take us to task. Finally, the driver, to play his role correctly, he said, I am not going to disclose this is a stolen car. Why I am telling this? It is very easy to handle this type of characters. The police job, it was really easy some days back. Now, the policing is entering into a very tough area. A man sitting in Romania, he can operate in a remote village in Rajasthan. That is called cyber crime. Our jurisdiction is widened. As Mr. Chowdhury said, the police department is totally ignorant of these type of crimes. We are not prepared. As a retired police officer, I am telling this. If I am in service, I may not. The police is not prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, we handle simple criminals Like that, we have some emotional criminal, a fellow who will commit an offense in emotion. We have some criminals who are very adventurous. We have some criminals who are very funny. We have some criminals who are poverty stricken. These people can be sent to the correctional institution. They may change, but the criminals involving in cyber crime are very intelligent, very clever, consciously committing crime. He should be put into jail. Are we prepared to conduct a prosecution of a cyber crime or a cyber criminal to its fullest strength to get a conviction? I don't know the answer. Gentlemen, before going to the types of cyber crimes, everything is available. Security aspect, cyber crime, this and that. A lot of Google surveys, this and that. Everything is talking about cyber security. My request is, we empower the policeman. You train him. You give him a full strength to handle these type of crimes. These criminals, their jurisdiction is the entire globe, the whole world, the whole universe. Fellow sitting in the other corner of the world is operating in the next opposite side. So this is a really a very dangerous sign that unless prosecuting the cyber criminals is taken care of, there is no meaning, because the security aspect and all, the types of offenses and all openly available in all websites. So I request, I would like to share an information with regard to the prosecution of cyber criminals. I will come back. I will come to the cyber crimes, the security aspect at the end of my speech. Before that, I feel this is more important. Cyber criminals prosecution. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a system in India called criminal justice system, Needhi Paripalanam Murai. The agencies which are upholding the system are prosecutor, the police, defense, the learned lawyer, of course, a criminal or an accused on one side, a judicial forum in front of all the three. We have these governments, state and central governments, they enact a lot of acts according to the necessity. They enact special and local laws, maybe the state act or the some acts passed in the houses of parliament. And one such act, central act, that was enacted in both the houses of parliament, called Information Technology Act of 2000. This act has 90 provisions, 90 sections of law. There are certain rulings that is following that. These 90 sections cover all cyber crimes, all types of cyber crimes. It gives a definition. It gives the quantum of punishment to be given to the accused, how it is to be dealt with. Like it is a full-fledged Information Technology Act of 2000. One such provision in this act is section 66A. This is a provision. This is a penal provision. It speaks about the punishment to be given to a particular offense. It says whoever sends offensive message through a computer or a communication device, he should be given a punishment of imprisonment up to 3 years or with fine. Everything is fine, definition is fine, penal provision is fine. The story actually started on a Sunday in November 2012. A girl student at an age of 21 years, she made a Facebook postings. She is from a small town called Palghar in Maharashtra, close to Bombay. Her Facebook was about Hardal to be organized next day in the event of death of a political leader, natural death, an aged man. So the particular political party announced one day Hardal. She made a posting about that in her Facebook. Another girl student, just the age of 21, She appreciated that. She posted her like. What happened, you know? There was a huge hue and cry. They were asked to apologize in front of the public. I came to understand one of the girls was slapped. Police registered a case under section 66A, along with other provisions of Indian Penal Code. They were sent for judicial custody, just 21 years. How this act was understood, please understand. Of course, they were released on bail. Another girl student by name Shreya, she has filed a public interested litigation petition before the Supreme Court of India, the topmost judicial forum in India, and Apex Court of India. Supreme Court patiently heard all sides' arguments. The girl's prayer in her PL was, this provision is unconstitutional. The arrest made are malicious. Of course, by end of 2012 in December, all the charges against the girls were dropped. On 24th March 2015, the Supreme Court of India, after listening to all types of arguments from all parties, passed a judgment. It said section 66A is unconstitutional. It scrapped down the provision of law to its entirety, totally scrapped down. But to the best of my knowledge, what is happening now, you know, throughout India, police is registering a case under the same provision of law. It is against Supreme Court's judgment. To that extent, the police or the administration, whatever be named, the same section of law is every time invoked, investigated, prosecuted. Why I am mentioning this incident here? What importance we give to the security, in spite of that some crimes take place, and investigate, prosecute, ensuring conviction is more important. But what is happening now? Even though the section 66 is strapped down with the topmost judicial forum of India, people are registering case against it. What I mean to stress, there is a bungling in prosecuting cybercrime cases. One more aspect, ladies and gentlemen. The cybercrime has no boundaries. Mr. Chaudhary was mentioning it. No physical boundaries, this country, that country, this man, they are like that. It is no. Everybody can be a victim to that. But do we have a global law? Of course, in police administration, they have an organization called Interpol. The member countries enjoy the privilege of exchange. But we don't have any such centralized global organization to ensure to catch the thief who is operating out of India. This area is very silent. So, what importance we give to the registering, what importance we give to the investigation, what importance you are giving to the prosecution, the same level of interest should be shown to these criminals. They cannot be tamed if they are sent to correctional institution. That is meant for some other criminals, the criminals we are handling that too. But these criminals, very clever, very intelligent, consciously operating, his interest is personal gain. Gentlemen, unfortunately, I retired in the year 2010. Only after that, we had such cases in Coimbatore also. I have visited the cyber cell in Bangalore. They are well equipped. You know one information, Karnataka state lead in registration of cyber crimes. They are number in this country. So I developed interest in learning the cyber crimes, its security, safety aspects and all. For your information, we have an organization called Voice of Voiceless, duly registered under Societies Act, an association of former police officers. Our object is very simple. we have to add values in policing. We have to update our juniors. We have to update our serving officers. So with the help of, with the guidance of Cyber Society of India, Chennai, fortunately, the president of Cyber Society is my colleague. He worked with me as a police officer. And he is the person who first secured conviction in a cyber crime in the whole of India in the year 2007. He is the president of Cyber Society. Now we had a discussion with the assistance of Cyber Society of India with the help of resource persons. We conduct several seminars exclusively on cyber crimes. We had a cybercrime seminar for the Greater Chennai Police. Then at Coimbatore, we have a plan to conduct all cyber crime seminars in the entire district headquarters of police. So my knowledge, as far as the cybercrime goes, it is hearsay, maybe HEAR or EAR. So this is the order of the day. You must keep the police also prepared to face this type of crisis. So I think what all I want to say, I have completed. Now coming to the subject. Please permit me to present a PowerPoint where I have listed, of course, this was given to me by the Cyber Society of India. We have 20 types of cyber crimes. So it is available in the screen. If you want me, I can read that. First one is cyber stalking. May I read one by one, ma'am? Up. Cyber stalking, it is not new. Following a person, tracking his internet chats and harassing by offensive messages. Section 354D of Indian Penal Code.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Screen share agalang, sir.
Madam?
Screen share agalang, sir.
One nishama. Bear with me, please. Edited earlier. Yeah. Madam, may I proceed? I'm not delaying you.
So what happened? You're not able to share it?
Yeah, I don't know why. May I proceed, madam, without the...
Okay, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes,
Sir, full screen share பண்ணுங்க, sir.
Full screen share பண்ணுங்க.
Entire screen ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கும் பாருங்க, sir.
இதோ பார்க்கறேன், மேடம். நீங்க கிடைக்கலையா? இருக்கா? Madam, I'm not delaying you.
No, sir.
My friend is helping me, madam.
Sir, are you trying now?
Yeah, I am ready.
No, sir.
But
Are
only
you
the
trying to
PowerPoint-
share your screens?
Yeah,
Share
I'm
your.
not able to do it.
Okay, sir. Then proceed, sir.
Shall I proceed with my hot
Okay,
topic?
sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, madam. I have 20 types of cyber crimes. The first one, it is not new. It's called cyber stalking. Stealthily following a person, tracking his internet, and harassing by offensive message called cyber stalking. Section 354D IPC can be invoked. Apart from the Information Technology Act, preemptive aspect, not disclosing personal information on internet, chat, IM, and interacting over electronic media with known people only. The second one is, ma'am, intellectual property. Here, the source code is getting tampered. Section 43, Section 65, Section 66, what I have mentioned about, can be invoked for prosecution. Strong authentication and technical measures for prevention of data leakage. The third one is called salami attack. Detecting usually small amounts. Detecting initially small amounts from an account without coming to notice, finally to make a big amount. Section 43, Section 46, 66. Again, strong authentication measures for accessing the data and securing the IT infrastructure in one. Email bombing. Actually, I also thought it is something bombing or something like no, flooding your email box with a lot of emails. Finally, they will come for rescue with a link. When you enter into that link, you got exposed. Information Technology Act 43 and 66, punishment up to 3 years. Implementing anti-spam filters will help you to a certain extent. Phishing, very popular, often reported to the police. Police is struggling to investigate these cases. Bank financial frauds in electronic banking. Again, section 43, 63, 66A, 66D, and this is punishment up to 3 years. So we have such 20 type of cyber crimes. Most of the audience must be knowing that. The another one is personal data theft, your identity theft, the spoofing or sniffing, and data theft, stealing your data without your knowledge, worms, Trojan horses, virus, etc. Different kind of hacking mechanisms, sabotaging your computer. As a whole is taking your computer for his, you will be just in dark. The other fellow will be operating the computer. Again, DOS, DDoS, web defacing. Your web will be totally defaced by the competitor. Spam, unsolicited emails. Mostly all 43, 66, 67 Information Technology Act can be invoked. And pornography, publishing or transmitting material containing sexually explicit act. Section 67A, punishment up to 5 years. Child pornography, I think they have controlled it. No such concept at present. And video voyeurism and violation of privacy. And hacking of protected systems. These are the type of.
We are able to see your presentation, sir.
Shall I just push through, madam, one by one?
Yes.
I will leave it to the audience for reading. I will keep every slide for just 10-20 seconds, madam. May I?
Oh, no problem, sir. Take your own time, sir. No issues.
So this is cyber stalking. The audience can just go through it for your information. Most of the participants must be knowing it. It has all technical names, but it is explained slide by slide. This is first I told you cyber stalking. Please go through it. But from my point of view, I must say not only the Information Technology Act can be invoked, IPC can also be invoked. Minimum 3 years imprisonment, 5 years with fine or with both. Either fine or imprisonment, no. Both. This is cyber stalking. The next one is intellectual property. Your source code will be tampered. Again, 43, 65, 66, strong authentication is required. Third one is salami attack. Initially, they will start detecting small amounts from an account. Finally, there will be a big hit. Again, section 43, 66, strong authentication is requested. Email bombing, your mailbox will be flooded with emails. You'll be struggling. Finally, the fellow will come for your rescue. He will give you a link. You enter it, everything you want. Section 43 and 66. Phishing, bank financial frauds. This is a daily 10-15 cases are reported in even in Coimbatore city. We have a cyber cell here. They are trying it, but again the same sections. So what they advise is for banking purpose, you don't use your Android phone. You can use the computers. Personal data theft, stealing personal data, section 43, 43A, 72A, safeguarding the online data and personal computer systems. Identity theft. This is also very regularly reporting at Coimbatore, Erode, and wherever a lot of business are being done, with a lot of bank transactions are done. Here also, hacking the personal identity information, 4366, safeguarding your personal identity information, spoofing. This is also called snuffing, using tools and other manipulative techniques to hack your system. Data theft, very, very, very commonly done. It has 4-5 provisions, 43, 43A, 65, 66, and 72 of Information Technology Act. Secure your computer system is the only security measure you can take. Owns Trojan horses, virus, etc., different hacking mechanism. Again, sections 43, 66. And securing computer system is the security measure you can have. Sabotage to the computer. You may not be knowing what is happening in your computer. Somebody will be operating your computer, sitting in some place. And again, section 43 and 66, securing computer system is the only security measure you have. DOs and DDoS, flooding computer with the denial of service attacks. This is normally done in a corporate business, I believe. 43, 66, 66F, implementing DOs and DDoS prevention systems. Web defacing, your website will be totally defaced, compromising the websites and adding or manipulating the web pages with some messages. Section 43 and 66 in the Information Technology Act. Again, secure the websites and the IT infrastructure used for hosting and maintaining the websites. Spam, unsolicited emails, sending unsolicited emails through manual and automated techniques. Section 43, 66A, 66B, deploying the anti-spam and anti-spoofing solution at the email gateways. Publishing or transmitting obscene material. So that is with regard to the list of cyber crimes. This is almost all available. All our participants must be knowing it. The security aspect is also, it is very much available in the systems. You can we can learn it. I have also collected it from this area only. And with regard to the security, I will take another 5 minutes. With regard to the security, I wish to give some tips. The beginner or the regular user can keep it in their mind as a matter of daily routine. First thing, criminal lays the trap, and it is we only walk into the trap. Cyber crimes do not have boundaries. It is always safe to use computer rather than cell phones for banking purposes. Use the computer only for limited purpose. Meddling the computer, you are getting exposed. Another important aspect, our greediness. Discount, 40% discount sale. A lot of enter this link. Greediness and carelessness, I can call parents of cyber crimes. As a security measure, we can have more numbers, digits, symbols in password that is more secure. Enable multi-factor authentication. Definitely you will get an OTP, you will get alerted. While using public Wi-Fi, we can find in our Coimbatore racecourse, minimum 100 people will be using Wi-Fi. It is not safe, but get protected with VPN, virtual private network. Identify and avoid fake identical websites. Lot of websites available. It will be mostly fake. Most of the companies, they give their website. This fellow in no minute, he can create a fake website. Usage of virtual keyboard for passwords is advisable. I don't know if it is possible or not. And encrypt your sensitive data. That cannot be hacked at all. Keep your softwares always updated. Lot of updates are coming daily. We are totally ignore of it. We have to update our softwares. Use biometric. In most of the industries, they use biometric. If it is possible, instead of passwords, we can use biometric. Install and use antiviruses. Before conclude, madam, I would like to give some statistics where we actually stand. I would give some of the statistics. Out of 3 lakhs cases reported, only 5,000 FIRs are registered. Only 5,000 FIRs are registered. In 18 months, 3.17 lakhs cyber crimes reported in India. This is the data on the cases reported. I don't know how many cases were not reported. In the year 2019, 1.2 trillion rupees stolen from Indians. 1.2 trillion rupees stolen from Indians. In the past 12 months, 27 million adults are the victims in India of cyber crimes. Every day, an average of 3,000 plus cases are reported. So I am very much interested in cyber security, awareness, everything. What about the prosecution side? That is the major point I want to insist in this seminar. So talking to ourselves about the security, everything, it's good, fine. When we get updated, the criminal is also getting updated. Unless from the other end, unless we secure conviction, otherwise there will not be any end to this type of crimes. So I would advise the faculties to talk to the policemen, the serving police officers. You can tell them, you can seek their assistance, or you can provide them any assistance they need, but ensure conviction unless it is very difficult. I think I have played my part correctly, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.